afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Redberryweo here, and welcome back to another video on Civil Air Patrol stuff. Now, in today's video, I am going to do an in-depth, deep dive into the cadet program's technician rating knowledge requirements. So this video is going to be a bit of a long haul. If you are a senior member who is planning on getting into cadet programs and has no idea what the program is, or has very limited experience with the program, this video should be pretty helpful. If you already are experienced with Civil Air Patrol and you have your technician rating already done for cadet programs, this is a pretty good overview, just as a few reminders of the different aspects. And if you got it like 10 years ago, the regulation that I'm referencing today, CAP R60-1, which is the Cadet Programs Management Regulation, was published in November of 2019. So it's possible that some things have been updated since you last looked at the regulation, so it should be a good reminder of stuff. But to get us started here, I'm going to cover basically every single bullet point, and then when you go in to have a discussion with your professional development officer, if you're going for your technician rating, then you should be an absolute pro when you're talking about each thing. It's a lot of stuff though, just as a quick heads up, so let's go ahead and get started with no dilly-dally. The mission of the cadet program is to imbue values into the youth of America in order to make them dynamic individuals and citizens of the United States, in addition to future leaders, like in aerospace. So by having different areas of curriculum, we accomplish this mission by going into fitness, character, leadership, and aerospace in providing a very well-rounded cadet experience. Please note that emergency services is not included in this, though it is a good aspect of Civil Air Patrol's program. It is not necessarily focused on in the cadet program. There are 5 key traits that are included in the cadet program, which include the uniform, aerospace themes, opportunities to lead, challenge, and fun. And in all aspects of all activities that cadets are doing, each of these should be integrated accordingly. Like at encampment, for example, they should be having fun, and they should be learning about how to wear the uniform properly, while also being trained on different techniques to live a healthy lifestyle, and being able to build their moral character, and being able to build up their confidence and leadership skills as they have opportunities to lead. See, encampment is the perfect blend of all of that, which is why they're required to attend encampment before getting their Mitchell, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So those are the 5 key traits of cadet life. The uniform helps instill self-discipline and being able to feel part of a community of people who are of similar uniform wear, and they have the same values, of the same 4 core values of volunteer service, excellence in all we do, respect, and integrity. I said those in the wrong order, but those are the core values, and by having them wear the uniform, it instills a sense of self-discipline because they are wearing a uniform that's the U.S. Air Force style uniform, like the ABUs and the Blues as of recording this video. So, by holding themselves to a standard, they have increased self-discipline while also working together as a team to make sure that they all look spot on while wearing their uniforms. With aerospace, the cadets have curriculum throughout their cadet careers from the very beginning to their spots where they have to study the Aerospace Dimensions books and Journey of Flight book, which is a giant textbook, by the way, which is really cool. In addition to that, they have opportunities to fly, which includes 5 free powered and 5 free glider orientation rides, and they must complete these before they turn 18. Once they have turned 18, they can participate in aircrew, but that's no longer in the cadet program side of things. That starts to go into ES. Opportunity to lead. Well, throughout the cadet program, there are different leadership opportunities that they can serve in. So, for example, at your local unit, you should have different positions available for cadets to run. So, for example, their first position to lead might be an element leader position, where they are selected by the cadet staff, or they are selected through a cadet staff selection process that's run by like a squadron level leadership, and they are placed into that leadership role to be able to communicate, delegate, and provide that link of communication between the flight sergeant and the element members. And I have done a video on element leaders. If you do want to check it out, I've done it on all of the leadership positions, which I do plan to make a playlist at some point. I don't know if I will by the time of posting this video, but if I have, I will include it in the iCard. In addition to just local leadership positions, there are NCSAs, there are region level activities, group level activities, wing level activities, and at a lot of these activities, there are opportunities for cadets to be a point of contact or to be leading a small team. At encampment, you might have a cadet commander who's running the whole thing, and they might have 100 cadet staff members where they're in charge of delegating all the tasks of making sure that encampment is run smoothly, and then they just have senior members supervising and providing that guidance and insight when necessary, and intervening in terms of like providing safety or potentially providing feedback to cadet staff members if they're starting to go into gray areas. But that, like, as serving as in loco parentis, that's the role of the senior members for encampment. Challenge is the next one, and that could include obstacle courses like physical challenges. That could include having cadets do a presentation that they may not be comfortable with. Like, there is a required public speaking component when they get into doing their staff duty analysis or their SDAs, which I have done a video on. If you want to review that, I have included it in the iCard. And by providing these challenges, it pushes cadets outside of their comfort zones while also giving them the opportunity to learn and grow from those opportunities. So whenever cadets participate in those sort of things, like if they're teaching a class, it's always good to be also reinforcing that and saying, hey, you did a fantastic job with this, while also providing feedback with the feedback sandwich method. Like, there are a lot of different concepts that can go into helping provide that cadet a lot of leadership learning opportunities while being challenged. So a lot of these different traits of cadet life weave in together very strongly. And the last one is fun. People should be having fun. It's a little bit more challenging when you have squadron meetings through Zoom or Teams, but when you do in-person activities, it's fun to have stuff hands-on. Like when you're doing the Goddard rocket, letting people put together a piece of foam with the rubber band and the zip tie and then putting pins on it and decorating it. Boy, oh boy, is that fun. It's a lot of fun to do. And so by making engaging, memorable, hands-on experiences, CAP can be fun while also educational. And as I mentioned in the mission statement about Civil Air Patrol's cadet program, there are the 4 different aspects that we really try to hone in on, which is leadership, aerospace, character, and fitness. And these are all included in the requirements that cadets complete towards promotions. So when they first take their Curry, or they're first trying to achieve their Curry, which is achievement 1 in the cadet program, they're required to do a leadership test, which is on self-leadership and kind of gives them an overview of some of the basics that are associated with being a member in Civil Air Patrol. And recently, the character development side of things has developed monthly sets of curriculum, and so there's a theme, like, as of recording this one, I believe next month's is Perseverance. And so all of the character development instructors and chaplains across the country are teaching on the topic of perseverance. And the more senior cadets will guide the junior cadets in perseverance and having discussions on how do you conduct yourself with perseverance? What does that look like? And a lot of different examples of that they can think of and share with the team. With aerospace, they do have to take the tests associated with aerospace dimensions and journey of flight. And there's also the model rocketry badge and STEM badge that are associated with getting cadets into STEM. There's the Stellar Explorers and Cyber Patriot programs, which both are great opportunities for cadets to get into either cyber defense or space system design. And for fitness, there is a CAP pamphlet 60-50, which is the Active Cadet Fitness Guide, which can be a great resource for you and your unit as you are implementing things into the fitness side of your program. There are 4 phases within Civil Air Patrol's cadet program, which are the learning phase, the leadership phase, command phase, and executive phase. And the first phase starts more as self-leadership, learning yourself, learning time management strategies, learning what the core values are, basic customs and courtesies, simple drill movements, and then towards the end at executive phase, they're talking about more theoretical leadership concepts and being able to lead on a strategic level at that indirect organizational leadership level. So like leading a team of 100 people at an encampment that is a cadet staff group, and then you have like 250 students. That's a pretty big undertaking for someone who's like 16, 17, 18 years old, because that's an opportunity that people don't typically have until they're in their like mid-30s or so, and they're going after a master's of business administration or something. So those different 4 phases have a milestone at the very end. So after phase 1, there is the Wright Brothers Award. After phase 2, there is the Mitchell Award. After phase 3, there is the Earhart Award. And after phase 4, there is the Spots Award. Okay guys, so now that we've gotten pretty deep into the video, I have decided that I am going to cut this into different pieces because it will be way too long if I do all of it at the same time. And I need to take a quick break because that was a very long recording session and I want to make sure that it is not too much information thrown at you guys. So this video covered the cadet program elements, traits, and outcomes. And if you do have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas, trivia, or fun facts, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and that is all folks. Until next time, toodles.